Every place has a different tactic. In Doncaster, they'll hunt you down, then nab you.
I'm Doncaster Council's enforcement team. I need to speak to you as well, please. Look, you both dropped your litter. Your cigarette ends on the floor. You just got your cigarette ends. What's your name?
This is possibly the toughest council in England when it comes to litter enforcement.
If you drop litter, you can get fined for it. £75 for littering.
Paul Scarborough and his colleagues actually have targets for the amount of fines they hand out, because they say being all nicey-nicey just doesn't wash.
Really, we've got to be in a situation where we have got to have teeth, and this is the £75 is the teeth.
And they do it because they'd rather not spend money from increasingly stretched budgets on picking up our rubbish.
In England alone, the local authorities spend every year over £880 million on street cleansing, and that's money which obviously could be much better spent on other things.
Doncaster would have £3 million every year to spend on other things. Across the Pennines in Bolton, litter costs £2.8 million. In Middlesbrough, they don't know the exact cost, but the council takes a totally different tack.
The focus is much more on changing people's behaviour, and if that doesn't work, well, they tell you off.
Would the man in the black jacket and the grey pants please pick up your litter?
You are being monitored by CCTV.
5 years ago, talking cameras were brought in.
I do think it works. We do have 21 cameras, so that covers a lot of ground, and a lot of people, as I said, do pick up the litter.
Have you ever seen it work?
Yeah, we've got some footage of a lady actually who, on a night out, has ripped up a Yellow Pages book. The talking camera actually spoke to her and asked her to pick up the litter, and she went back and picked up every piece and put it in the bin.
In Doncaster, they find fear works better.
If they're caught, they will be fined. And therefore, we hope that it's in the back of people's minds that it might be them who gets caught next. That's why the zero tolerance thing works.
But not with everyone.
I flicked my shig and then they've ended up finding me and making me do a litter picking course. It's government's way of making easy money, that's what it is. So they can sit on their asses and get paid for other people's mistakes, which is how government works.
In Doncaster last year, they raised a cool £120,000 in fines, compared to £6,000 in Bolton, and Middlesbrough, just £250.
I think what we've got is a measure of success, because we don't need to fine people.
So you don't worry that Doncaster's raking money in for the council, and you're not?
Is Doncaster cleaner than Middlesbrough or not?
Well, no. But litter is such a tricky issue, even campaign groups are arguing about it. It's a British institution. Keep Britain Tidy, based in Wigan, has been around for 50 years. But now a new band of litter activists say continuing to fund it is throwing taxpayers' money in the bin.
Their campaigning just hasn't worked. And if you ask me to provide evidence of that, I say, well, there are streets like this all over England.
John Reid launched Clean Up Britain this year with the help of celebrities.
Litter is a big issue in this country. It's grown at 500% in the last 20 years. Now, you wouldn't throw litter in your own house, you would put it in the bin.
So we're a group of private individuals who have got together with a range of professional skills, totally on a voluntary basis, to run this campaign.
And by saying Keep Britain Tidy is failing, they've caused quite a stir.
It's disappointing to be attacked. We campaign and try and get things on the media as well, so it does seem a bit daft to set up something which is setting up against us, but that's what they've chosen to do.
But Keep Britain Tidy's campaigns, like this, are part funded by the taxpayer, and on top of that, they ask councils in towns like Doncaster for even more money. Can we afford it? In Bolton, they're already feeling the pinch.
Unfortunately, with the cutbacks and everything that we've had, it has deteriorated because of the workforce, unfortunately.
We're actually trying to make sure that people don't drop litter in the first place. It's a mind change that we need. When we had areas that were exceedingly poor, especially in the north of England, people always used to go out and clean the street in front of their houses. You know, it didn't stop that pride in where they lived.
Where did that pride go? Here's one random stretch of a rural road near Middlesbrough. Look closer. And even if you think littering is wrong, dare you intervene?
The thing is, if we see somebody do it, what are we supposed to do? Does it take guts to tell people off for littering? I don't know if you noticed, you dropped some litter just there. That fag packet.
Oh yeah.
So why did you do it? Go on, just tell me why.
It's a habit.
Are you going to stop it? No, okay, cheers. Why did you put it down there? You just put it down as for someone else to pick up. Well, I know you're sorry, but... So, let's find a bin.
Yeah, I didn't
Just there, just there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. It's embarrassing, isn't it? It's embarrassing. Most people, when you tell them about it, they know they've done wrong and they put it right, but they've done it, haven't they? They've done it. If councils didn't pick up litter, then who would? Well, Middlesbrough and Bolton councils have accepted our challenge not to clean the street to see what would happen. The question is, do we really want to keep Britain tidy?
Bolton agreed to leave 100 metres of a town centre street uncleaned for a day. And this is what we found.
I am shocked, and I think the majority of people who see that kind of litter were quite shocked at what they saw there, because normally that would have all been cleaned away in the early hours.
We asked local children to clean up the mess. But in Middlesbrough, it's going to be a much tougher job. The council left a mile of its busiest road uncleaned for a whole weekend.
It's disgusting. Loads of plastic bags everywhere, crisp packets, fag packets.
Maybe they should have come out at 8 o'clock in the morning where there was rubbish. It's a bit too late.
Would you say that actually damages your business?
Definitely, definitely. Because after a period of time, the path here is so dirty. I mean, every so often I bring the jet wash to wash it ourselves.
Cleaning our own bit of a street might not be a bad idea, with council budgets under pressure. And in this one Middlesbrough road, we collected 26 full bags of rubbish. Food for thought.
One of the things I sometimes say to people is, next time you see somebody dropping a crisp packet on the floor, just imagine that's them dropping your £5 note because you're paying to pick it up.
That's it for tonight and the current series. Your own Inside Out team will be back on Monday, January the 9th, with more stories closer to home. Until then, from all of us, have a great festive break and see you in the new year.